Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a hair tutorial on how I got these like big voluminous curls. My hair is naturally very flat, so it took me a while to kind of nail down my technique on how I can get it to stay like this and last all day and stuff. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so this is actually my natural hair. It is very fine, straight, and thin. I do have long hair, but I don't have a lot of it. Like, this is all my hair brought to the front. It's very thin. So it took me a really long time to find like a curling technique that makes my hair stay curled all day and even into the next day. And it just keeps it looking nice and full and voluminous and stuff. So if you guys have more of like thin, fine, straight hair, this technique is really gonna help. So first I want to talk about the wand that I use. I do prefer a wand because I feel like it's just quicker, it's easier, and I don't know. I like the way that the wand looks better than a curling iron. So I've tried so many curling wands and even curling irons and high-end and drugstore, and this curling wand is the only one that keeps my hair curled all day and even into the next day. So the one that I'm going to use today is the Conair Infiniti Pro, and this is a 1 inch and it goes to a 1/2 inch. I like this because it gives a really tight curl, but the way I like style it, it's not so put together. It's very like loose and wavy, and I'll show you guys that in the tutorial. But this is the one that I'm going to use. This is the one that I use most of the time. I also did want to mention this one. This one is a little bit bigger. It's by Conair too, and it's a 1.5 inch and it goes to a 1 inch. So this one is really good as well. It's just going to give you more of like a wave, but I will probably do like a beachy wave tutorial using this one in the future. But today I am going to use the Conair Infiniti Pro. Okay, so I usually put mine on 330 degrees. This one does go up to 400, but because my hair is more on the fine side, I'm not going to put it super high. But the first thing that I usually do is section my hair, and I don't always section my hair because it is thin. It doesn't always need to be sectioned, but most of the time I just take the top half of my hair like this and I just clip it up. And I always work from the bottom up. So then I'm going to be curling this section first. Now for heat protectant, I'm going to use the Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil. This is like a primer and heat protectant in one. So I'm just going to spray this on my hair. So I'm just going to comb it out so when we curl it, there's no frizz. You want to just brush it out before you start curling it. Okay, so I always take about 1 inch sections like this. And I always curl it away from my face. And I don't go like too close to the root, but just so like most of the mid shaft down gets curled, and then I just hold it for about 10 seconds. And I always let it drop into my hand to let it cool, and that is the curl that I get. So I just flip it to the back, and then I'm just going to do the same thing. Okay, so this section is done, and that is what it looks like. So I'm not going to really mess with it too much because it's still kind of hot. So I'm not that into hairspray, but I do like to spray a little bit just so it like stays put all day. And especially with the warmer weather, it always falls a lot quicker on me rather than like in the winter. So the one that I've been really loving is the Paul Mitchell Super Clean Spray. This one doesn't feel super like hard and crunchy. It's just very, very nice and lightweight. So I'm only going to spray a little bit on the curls. You don't want to spray like the whole section, just a little on the curls, just so the curls like stay put. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to this section. And I'm just doing the same thing, curling away from my face about 1-inch sections. So now that this section is done as well, I'm just going to spray a little bit of hairspray right on the curls. Okay, so then what I do, just to get this section out of the way, I'm just going to tie it in a hair tie behind my head like that, and then I'm going to let down the top section. So I'm just going to brush this so it's nice and smooth. And then literally I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did to the bottom section. So I'm going to take my heat protectant again. And then I'm just going to brush it out again. Okay, so I'm going to start with this section. Literally just taking 1-inch sections and then curling it away from my face. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it is all curled. I haven't like really played with it much, and if you like it like this, you can definitely just keep it like this. But what I like to do is actually take a comb. I usually use a wide tooth comb, but I can't find mine right now. But this one has pretty wide teeth. So what I do is I just lightly just brush it out, well, comb it out. And that kind of gives it a little bit more of a wavy effect. And as you can see the difference, it does make it look a lot thicker. So I'm just going to do the same thing to the other side. Like that. So instantly it makes it look a lot thicker and fuller. So now I'm going to show you guys a couple products that I really like to use. And for one, dry shampoo is great if you want to add a little volume to the top. This one is by Batiste. Another one I really like is the Garnier Frutis style texture tease. This is amazing. What I do, I'm actually going to use this one today. All I do is I take a little bit of hair and I just spray it like that, and I kind of just push it up. And that way you don't really have to tease your hair. Sometimes I'll tease my hair, but most of the time I just kind of give a little spritz of this, and it gives you a little bit of a lift. So I'll do that. And then go over here, like that. Another way you can make your roots appear a little bit thicker is by taking the curling iron again. And because the waves start kind of in the middle and not on top, what I do sometimes is I take a section and I just curl the roots like this. And then that gives a little more volume. So I only do like a couple pieces. Like that. And it just makes it look a little more full. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope it helped. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.